So always wear your safety kit at night, lights, no music, paying attention. Preferably don't ride when you're sleepy, but it's not the case often. But pay attention, and these four things, I think it's enough for you to stay safe. Hey guys, so in this video I would like to talk about my crash, recent crash. When I was going back home from Macau from my first 260k ride, I got hit by a car. The problem is it was the intersection, and I was going straight and the car came from my right side, and I was listening to music. Here the earphone was in my right ear and my left ear was actually free, you know, so I could like hear what's going on, but here I didn't really hear anything. I saw the green traffic light and I was like, go, let's go. And naturally, you know, when the car is pretty far from the intersection, from the right hand side, you think, well, that's alright, you know, it is going to stop because there is the red traffic light for the car, you know. But it wasn't the case, and the car actually didn't stop. But probably if my ear was, if I wasn't listening to music, I would hear that the car is actually coming, you know, it's not stopping, you know. This was my huge mistake, but of course I believe it was his fault as well, because it was a taxi driver. In any country in the world, I believe, be very careful with taxi drivers. They are the most dangerous drivers I've met through my cycling, you know. They were passing the closest to me, they were passing the fastest. And like, I mean, once it hit me, you know, recently. So yeah, so the thing is, I was going straight and it came so fast, and the last moment I remember I was looking at it and I was like, I don't really know what I said, but I was just like, I mean, so scared. I was like, fuck, what's going on? I mean, and like, stop. And he just, and I pushed the pedals a little bit harder, you know, just to avoid this hit, you know, because otherwise it would hit me like that, you know. So it would be very, very terrific crash, I believe, because the car was going maybe like not very fast, but for like 30 k's an hour for a car, it's very dangerous, I think, still. So and I pushed a little bit and it hit my, just slightly, my rear wheel, you know, like just the rear wheel. Probably the driver in the last moment, he noticed me, and even though I was wearing all the light kit, you know, all the helmet, all the like a white helmet, you know, and a very visible jacket, and all the lights, you know, rear light and front light, but still probably he noticed me just in the last moment. So he just maybe stopped a little bit, you know, because I didn't really feel that much of an impact. I just felt that it hit me, but not that hard, and the bike went like to the side and I went on the ground. Of course I got a few bruises here, and blooding elbow and knee, you know, and it was not that cool. And the most thing I was worrying about was the bike, you know. Straight away I remember saying, what the fuck, and looking to at the driver, you know, and I checked my bike. I started watching like what's wrong, and it was very dark, and the driver came. He was actually sitting in the car maybe for 20 seconds, you know, not doing anything. Probably he was terrified, you know. And then he came out and he was just a skinny little Chinese dude, probably very scared. Of course, he tried to explain something in Chinese. I just started inspecting my bike, and I said, well, okay. And he said, okay, and he went, you know, he went away. I don't really know why I let him go, but I felt like he was scared more than I did. He was scared more than I was, you know. I don't really know. Then of course, when I saw the bent shifters inside, you know, on the bike, I thought, fuck, like I will have to replace the handlebars and stuff, because I didn't really realize that the shifters are not the handlebars, you know. They stick out of the handlebars, but you can actually straighten them up, you know. And I could do that, but I just didn't know that. It's my first road bike. I don't know anything about maintaining the road bike stuff, you know. I will have to learn a lot. So I just straightened them up only when I got back home. So I went, it was 120k ride with bent shifters, and I was praying that it's not going to fail on me while I'm going back home, because I didn't really know what was the impact on the handlebars, what was the impact on the shifters. And I thought, all this thing that shifters are bent, it means that the handlebars are kind of bent, you know. And yeah, I mean, I was just like, I don't know, when I was cycling, I remember I was saying to me, fuck, man, why did you let him go that easily? What if even the Shimano Sora group set, what if the handlebars are going to cost you like third of the bike or half of the bike, you know? And I was like, fuck. I had to maybe ask him for money, ask to pay for it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I let him go. It was maybe the shock, a little bit of a shock, so that's why I couldn't really make good decisions. But the thing is, I know we couldn't really communicate. I couldn't really call the police. I don't really know the number of the police, and I wouldn't be able to explain it to them. But yeah, I mean, I could ask him to call the police, and I would not let you go unless you call the police, and I could use the translate stuff. But probably it was not that necessary. I mean, like now I can say it was not that necessary. And then I started realizing, also maybe halfway back home, I said to myself, hey man, stop saying all the bullshit about this guy and that he's guilty. Yes, probably he is, but you were guilty as well. I mean, try to find something positive. Try to find the lesson. What's the lesson for you? You didn't break arm and hand, and legs, so you're lucky. You're a lucky man. And yes, I was very lucky, I believe. And yeah, you have to be very careful. And I believe always, if you have situations like that, yeah, probably you should get some, maybe like get paid, for the stuff, because you actually got injured. And I didn't really know how bad the bike was injured. Right now I can say it was nothing. Actually, I didn't really pay anything for the bike, and I think it seems to be working fine. So it's good. I just straighten up the shifters, and it works fine, works perfectly. So I was lucky, and the rim and the frame was not damaged at all, just a little bit of a scratch, and I was really surprised because I thought it's going to crack, So yeah, of course, alloy bike for beginners as myself. And yeah, don't listen to music, guys, unless you travel maybe but still it's so dangerous. I mean, I won't be listening to music, I think, even on the closed roads, even even if there are no cars, because it could be cyclists at the back, it could be maybe runner at the back, and something, and you won't just hear them, so I don't know, maybe if you do train on the turbo trainer at home, oh yeah, you're welcome, just listen to music, but on the road it's too dangerous, so no music. Yeah, I mean, learn to ride and motivate yourself without music, and it's not that hard, actually. Safety first, and yeah, I mean, guys, travel, and it's the part of the riding. I wasn't actually thinking about giving up cycling because of that, I mean, like, it's the part of the deal, so I'm ready for that, and I hope it's not going to happen that often, but just wanted to share with you the stuff that happened to me. So always wear your safety kit at night, lights, no music, paying attention, preferably don't ride when you're sleepy, but it's not the case often, but pay attention, and these 4 things, I think it's enough for you to stay safe. Okay, thank you guys for watching. I think it's everything I wanted to share with you. Yeah, so it's still a good lesson, good experience, very good experience for the future. Yeah, so definitely cheap bike for the beginners. Once again, cheap bike, $500, the cheapest thing you can get, Shimano Sora, and learn your lessons. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Go for stuff.